Once again, welcome back to the 2022 BCCFA VCFL Championships here in Chilliwack. I'm David Rooney on the sidelines now with long-term volunteer, coach, executive member, VCFL executive, voice of the VCFL, Matt Macri. How are you, Matt?
Excellent, Dave. How are you doing today?
Can't complain when you got weather like this, right, for the finals?
It's a beautiful day for football. Any day's a beautiful day for football, but this is a really nice day for football.
It's nice when we have the championships where we don't have to shovel the sidelines.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. Totally agree.
So, as I mentioned, you've been a really long-term volunteer member of football through the Abbotsford Falcons for years, VCFL board member for years. Give me a little bit of history on how long you've been doing it and why you decided to step away this year.
I've been doing it for 15 years, actually. When I stepped down, I just completed my 15th year of community football. Prior to that, I'd done some baseball and community flag football and whatnot. So I've been coaching kids sports for about 18 years now. And the only reason I decided to step away is my kids stopped playing 6 years ago. And I've got grandkids now. I just got married in March, and I thought, it's time to take some time for me. Doesn't mean I'm not here for my friends when they need me, but at the same time, I don't need to be in charge anymore.
Yeah, I'm used to seeing you every day at every game, but now I just see you every 3 or 4 games.
Yeah. We bought a travel trailer, and we were out in the bushes a lot, kayaks. Me and the wife enjoy that. I got the grandkids now, spending lots of time with them, enjoying that. So, it's only going to be about 4 more years before I'm back doing it with them. So looking at your 18 years, what were some of your highlights throughout your football career here in VCFL? The highlights for me have always been the kids. It's always been about getting the most kids on the field, learning and loving the game of football. I think one of my favorite stories is I had a boy come in at JB, and I said to him, we were doing the equipment pickup, are you excited about football? And he looked at me, he goes, this is just another way of my dad tricking me into exercising. That boy played JB 2 years, Bantam 2 years, high school, and went on to play at Queen's University. So those are the highlights for me, is seeing those sort of things. Seeing a boy that came in here that had no idea what football was about, and then next he's catching a football, scoring a touchdown, and it's the moment of his life. Those have been my victories over the years. So one of my favorite points from knowing you has been your long-term dedication to the Kelowna Flag Tournament. You were the BCCFA Flag Director for a couple years, helping to keep that momentum going out there. What are some of your fondest memories of the Kelowna event, which is now the Joe Gluska Invitational Flag Tournament? I think the best one was in 2019, pre-COVID, was our biggest and our best year ever. And the team that was in place there, it went off flawlessly. The tournament started off small, and as it grew, there weren't changes made to better. And so one year it was just a complete mess. And so the next year, a group of us sat down and said, how do we make this better? And we came up with some stuff. We fine-tuned it. In 2019, 210 teams, over 2,000 kids, over we had another 2,000, 2,500 parents and siblings and whatnot in Kelowna, and it went off smoothly without a hitch. It was just fabulous, and I think that was the pinnacle of the Kelowna tournament. We got shut down for a couple of years for COVID, and you came back last year, and it was half the size as it was then, but it's getting back to where it was, and that was beautiful. And I understand you not only helped with that, but you also had a surprise during that tournament, in addition to your family? Yeah, my son was coaching, and his significant other, who was pregnant at the time and very pregnant at the time, was there to watch, and she went into labor. And so I had to, and I was the only one available to leave the field and take her to the hospital because he was in the middle of coaching a game. So I drove her to the hospital. He left the field afterwards and got down there to be with her and whatnot. But it was a wild experience, and it ended up being their first son driving back from Kelowna together, just the two of us. So that was a long time since I had a baby in a car with me. He was only about a year old then, a year and a bit, and it was me and him driving down. And I was like, well, what do I do? What? Don't poop, because you're sitting in it until you get to the house. So, but then Grandma was waiting when we got to the door. She was waiting to come rip him out of my hands and take care of him. So that was exciting. That was really exciting.
So just to wrap this up, I like some of your insights into the future of football as you see it in the BCCFA and the VCFL in the Valley. We're watching Six-A-Side, the very first season of Six-A-Side football here. What are your opinion on the state of football in British Columbia and its future?
Well, I mean, you look out behind us here, you got kids playing football. That's got to be the state of football at all times. It's got to be about the kids playing football. And what I like that I've seen this year is that you went with the Six-A-Side because you couldn't play 9-man anymore at this age level, so you went to 6-man. You're giving them the opportunities to play. And as long as you keep giving the kids the opportunities to play, and there's good people like yourself and the Joe Gluskas, the Shel Sangaras, the Shelly Fries out there that are here opening up these opportunities for the kids, football's always going to be fine. It's always going to be fine. What people need to realize is that it's about them getting on the field, enjoying, learning, and loving the game of football.
Well, Matt Macri, thank you for standing here and talking to me today. I can't wait for you to rejoin us in a couple of years on the field in some capacity. Once again, I'm David Rooney. We're at the 2022 BCCFA VCFL Championships.